Hey there, welcome to the Drone Bay. I'm Croven. I wanted to take some time today to talk a little bit about insurgencies and why I'm thoroughly enjoying them so far. So, I returned to EVE Online fairly recently and have joined up with Noir. While we are primarily guns for hire, we also spend time between contracts in the Guristas Pirates militia. In my short time doing insurgencies, I've had a blast and have made by far more ISK per hour than any other PvP based activity in my entire career in EVE Online. At its core, Insurgency feels like an iteration and improvement on the faction warfare system that's been in the game for many years now. Just like with faction warfare, you can choose how actively you pursue combat with other capsuleers. I mean, if you want, you can sit and capture complexes solo all day and make a ton of ISK. Or you can go chase down fights, make less ISK, but get as much solo to mid-sized fleet PvP as you can handle. So let's talk for a minute about the money. For a long time, basically the entire existence of the game, PvP has been something that players have to make ISK in order to do. With faction warfare, and especially insurgencies, you can do both at the same time. The first time I captured a small outpost raid complex, I thought I'd misread the amount of loyalty points it granted. We're talking over 25,000 for about 20 minutes spent capturing the complex. With the items available through the Pirate LP stores, you can sometimes get 2 to 3,000 ISK per LP spent. If you do the math, that means well over 100 million ISK per hour. Granted, it's not the kind of money you make running high-tier Abyssal Dead Space and triple boxing Hawks or running C5 wormhole sites, but you also only realistically need a destroyer in order to do it, as opposed to the billions of ISK and many millions of skill points of upfront cost that those other activities require. In addition to making the payouts competitive, insurgencies have also added just a lot of plain fun stuff to the game. The suppression and corruption mechanics make the war zone dynamic and interesting. If you're not paying attention, you could easily jump into a bubbled gate in Empire Lowsec or get splattered by sentry guns. While I was writing this, I saw that a zero point 0.7 security system near the Guristas insurgency had gone to corruption level 5, which was bad news for the mission and anomaly runners, as Zkill illustrated. While being able to hunt in high sec without worrying about Concord and being able to set up bubble camps in low sec is super cool, the corruption and suppression mechanics offer a lot of other incentive to get out and shoot stuff. For the pirate side, we get increased loot drops in PvP and a faster warp speed. Don't underestimate that. Being able to cross a system faster than a target can be a huge advantage, especially in a chase scenario. And more loot is more loot. The actual mechanics of running insurgency sites are a nice improvement on the original faction warfare model as well. The Mordu's rats that the pirates have to kill are a bit sturdier than the ones you find in traditional fac warplexes, and there are a lot of really cool visuals inside the sites themselves. The advanced tag that they all have also means it's a lot easier to break out fun toys like assault frigates and hacks than it is in a lot of the old style sites. Beyond the standard plexes, the special sites that spawn can be a lot of fun as well. The larger payout limits mean that there's a real incentive to get fleets together to run the mining ops and ice sites. While they involve more coordination and more risk, the LP payouts are even bigger. The ice sites hand out over 150,000 loyalty points for about a half hour's worth of effort. The fact that enemy militias also can run the site simultaneously leads to a lot of potential for really cool PvP fleet fights. You've got one side or both sides getting shot at by some pretty nasty rats in addition to the other capsuleers. The nature of insurgency sites, especially the more valuable ones, also encourages coherent doctrines. The other day, I went around with Noir and some other Alliance members and made a big pile of ISK while flying an Executor. That's a rare thing to be able to do in EVE. Plus, I got to use my ambulance skin, which is always fun. I'm sure as I spend more time running insurgencies, I'll find things that annoy me. That's just the nature of the game. Overall, though, I think they're a fantastic addition to EVE, and if things like this had existed earlier, I frankly might have taken fewer breaks from the game over the years. So if you're interested in flying with myself, my fellow host Theris Mar, and the rest of the Noir crew, we are currently recruiting. There's also Noir Academy for folks who are just getting started with their PvP careers. There's a link to our Discord in the video description. Just say hi in the public channel, and someone will probably respond pretty quickly. Also, like most EVE content creators, I have a referral link below that gives you 1,000,000 skill points on an account that hasn't redeemed a code before, and it helps me out too. The channel itself is growing at a rate that I never could have anticipated, so a huge thank you to everyone who has subscribed and or liked our videos so far. Those are the best ways to help small channels grow. Also, feel free to throw something in the comments if you have a suggestion for the kind of content you want to see us make going forward. Finally, the Drone Bay podcast is back. Theris and I released our first episode the other day as of this recording, and we're getting ready to do another one very soon. With all that said, until next time, stay frosty, and thanks for watching.